It's a lot of guys in the division that's hiding, quit being chumps, man, to take real fights, man. I tell Jason all the time, man, sign a contract. Don't even wait. Don't even give him a chance to say no, man. Sign a contract or anybody.
By way of knockout, Montel Jackson! Welcome to UFC Unfiltered.
Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier.
I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're at it.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, a UFC and Fanatics original production. I am still in, let's just say, Canada. I am in Montreal, which I know you don't care for that at all. And we have an interesting show today. We got Montel Jackson's making his first appearance on the show. He's fighting Deiveson Figueiredo, which is a really, really good fight.
I just watched Montel Jackson's last couple of fights. I watched 3 of it. I watched his last 3 fights.
Okay.
I blinked and almost missed his Blackshear fight. It was 18 seconds.
That was fast, yeah.
You know? And his last one with Daniel Marcos was, Marcos was game, but he didn't have many answers. He's doing great, Montel Jackson. But Deiveson Figueiredo, he's going to be his toughest test to date. You know what I mean? Former champ, very well-rounded, and very high-level jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we should bring him in, and in Brazil. So, again, some guys that bothers, some guys it doesn't. Let's bring in Montel right now.
We got to get to know him. It's his first time on.
Yeah. Hey,
There he is. Hello, Montel.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Very good, buddy. How are you?
Pretty good.
Man, you're doing better than good. I've been watching I watched some of your fights early this morning. And man, are you entertaining. Accurate, powerful. I'm gassing you up. I know you got a fight coming up. But listen, I'll tell you, I was so impressed with your last fight. We was talking about the Blackshear fight, which I blinked and almost missed it with that straight right down the middle. Things are going great for you. Just kind of stay.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to stay focused and not get caught up in it. Just keep doing the things that got me here and doing better to get me further.
And where are you right now? Are you you're in Brazil?
Yep, I'm in Brazil right now. We in Rio.
No, I was just saying, how does it feel fighting? Does it affect you at all fighting a guy like Deiveson in Brazil? The idea of it. Some guys thrive on that. Some guys tune it out. How does that make you feel?
It don't make me feel no different, man. It's just like any other fight in my career because like I always had to go to a guy's hometown. Like always travel for fights. So this is no different.
You're comfortable in that role of kind of spoiling somebody's supposed to be a great showing in their hometown. Like you kind of like that role.
Yeah, man. Earlier on in my career, especially like amateur and even like in the pros, for like all of my fights primarily has been away in some guy's hometown because like for one, I was a tough fight. 2, like I didn't sell a lot of tickets, so you going in with the notion of being you the dog, like you're getting no favors here. You're not gonna get no decision. If you don't go in here and knock this guy out or finish him or submit him, it's over. You're going to lose.
Now, this is part of the perks of the job. How do you like Brazil? Was this your first time there?
It's okay, man. I've really been at the hotel. I haven't really went out. But from my understanding and like the people I interacted with, it's pretty nice people, man.
And I guess it doesn't matter really where you're fighting. It depends on how the crowd, if it means anything to you, because it really is just a fight at the end of the day. So wherever you have it doesn't seem to matter. Does the crowd bother you at all? Are you able to completely tune them out, or do you like shutting them up?
A little bit of both, man. But to be honest with you, like the crowd really don't play a factor in anything, man. I ain't fighting all of them. I'm only fighting one person.
That's true, man. They're not jumping in the cage. Hey, let's take it back a little bit in Milwaukee. So you started out in wrestling. Was that your first combat sport or martial art? All right.
Yep,
Now, were you aware of mixed martial arts? Were you a fan before you were a participant?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I used to watch when I was in school, man, I used to watch like all the Anderson Silva highlights, man. I used to like sneak in like school, like on the computer. We have to use a proxy to get on YouTube. And I'll watch all the Anderson Silva's highlights, man. And I watch like the old school pride fighting.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, when did you ever start to get into, besides wrestling, were you street fighting a lot? Were you a scrappy kid?
Yeah, man. I was little, man. Like I was tall, but I was always skinny. So like, I would always have to fight big motherfuckers, man. Like always have to fight a big motherfucker.
When did I hear you, man? When did you get into the martial arts now? After high school?
Yeah, after high school, like I was like 20-ish, 21-ish, like right around the time like wrestling got dropped from the Olympics. That's when like I started like playing into like, oh man, jujitsu, like actually doing jujitsu and like learning about jujitsu.
You say wrestling got dropped or your wrestling got dropped from the Olympics?
No, like wrestling got dropped from the Olympics. Like I didn't know if they was gonna bring wrestling back. So it was just like luck of the draw. Like my friend Devon Bankston. He always talked about MMA. Like he was like crazy for MMA all throughout high school, all throughout like wrestling and stuff. We did like club wrestling and stuff together, and like that was his thing. Like I loved MMA. I would see him like fight dudes and stuff, and like he bought like some of these like UFC gloves and shit. He'd put them on like, oh, he would beat somebody ass, and he would, man. He'd whoop people in the locker room and shit. And I was like, man, you gonna go to jail, man. You can't be doing that.
Where's he now? Is he watching you now?
Yeah, man. He quit, man. He had like stopped me. Got started. Like he owned like a couple of businesses, and then like became like a family man. I was like, oh man, this dude is crazy.
Yeah, to be a family man, he's insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get it right? You could have been. You're having a good time in the cage. Hey,
man, a complete 180.
Right. I am so impressed. I read about your background, becoming a wrestling background. When did you start working your hands? Because man, are they dangerous and they are accurate. When did you realize you even had hands? Had some boxing? When walking to a gym?
Yeah, so just being on the street, like that's like the first thing like you really learn how to do is like how to like fight, especially in my neighborhood, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to be in the projects, bro. Like if you lost, they gonna jump you. So like you gotta win. Like you gotta win because you gotta give them you gotta get something you gotta have something for everybody to be afraid of. So like if you lost or you start losing, they gonna jump you, so like just there. And then like, I joined like Red Schaefer's. Like Red Schaefer, he was in UFC for a bit, and I joined his gym and I met like Solo, I met Scotty, and then from there I started like refining like my hands and like just getting better and like getting a better understanding like boxing, like learning boxing.
Yeah.
Not just like somebody telling you to box, like learning how to box.
How long did it take you before you realized this was actually going to be a life for you? Like, you're doing it and all of a sudden you realize this can be the way you make your living and this is the direction you're actually going in. Was that an immediate thing or did it take you a couple of fights to realize it was going to actually work?
Oh man, I like my first ever jiu-jitsu tournament. This dude Gato talking me into doing. He was like, "Man, Mateusz, you do the jiu-jitsu tournament, man. Like you really good at this, man. Like you natural, man. Like look at this dude right here. He been doing this 4 or 5 years, man. You just kicked his ass. Like bro, you should do this." So like at first I was kind of worried, like, oh man, he trying to sell me a dream of some sort. So I was kind of worried on like actually like joining this stuff. He's like, "No, I'm for real, bro. Like this, you could change your life. This and this." So I do this like this little local like BJJ tournament, man. I whoop everybody. I whooped the last dude. The last dude, he thought I was a sandbagger. I didn't know what a sandbagger was. So I'm thinking like he's saying something derogatory. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck you say? So like I'm starting to get into it with him. I tell him like, man, fuck this tournament, fuck this medal. Like we can go outside. We can figure this out outside. Like we don't need to do no more arguing. We can just go right outside. And Gato was like, no, you're not no sandbagger. Like a sandbagger is a person at a higher level that competes at a lower level to win all the tournaments. Like, like it's like a guy that's like, cheap, like he, a bad person. So I'm like, I'm like, no, I ain't no sandbag. And then he like, this guy just mad because, you know, you ain't got no experience. I never took a class, nothing.
Yeah.
Everything he told me, I wasn't sure whether it was some real stuff or like he just telling me to do some random stuff. Like I didn't know anything about grappling. I knew about wrestling. I didn't know anything about grappling. I didn't know any of the jiu-jitsu moves, anything. I'm just going off of whatever he done said or showed me. And I'll go out there and I win. So he like, man, you never even took a class. He like, this dude just mad because you whipped his ass and he about to be a blue belt. Like, that's all that is. Like, don't worry about it. So from there, I was, oh shit, man, maybe I could do this. So like, I, you know, slowly start to join the gym.
That must have felt good though. Like, when you realized that you were, he thought that there's no way this guy can be this new and be this good, that he thought you actually were coming in from a higher level and that had to give you confidence.
Yeah, a little bit, but I had to like take my ego out of it and take an effect of his ego to say like, oh, he probably did all this stuff and he just got his ass whipped by me. So like, it's probably like crushing.
Yeah, he's butthurt, man. He's a hater. Hey, they say that every fight, your next fight is always your biggest fight, and that's true. But this next fight for you is your biggest name with former champ Deiveson Figueiredo. So does that give you any extra? I can't wait to put my hands on this guy. I'm going to make a name for myself over here. That's Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine. But anyway, sorry. But yeah, there's a great scene when they got. You ever see Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah,
good movie, no?
Yeah. So Gambit used to be like one of my favorite characters, man.
How did you like Channing Tatum as him?
Pretty smooth. That was a good fit. Like usually they get it wrong. Like this is not this guy's personality,
right?
But on that one, they got it right. On Iron Man, they got it right. Casting like Robert Downey Jr. as like Iron Man, that completely fit his personality in real life. So natural fit, you know.
Montel, I just realized that we could have been hanging out ages ago. You like these movies?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Me too, man.
Like if you ever look at like my school pictures for elementary. When everybody was bringing like teddy bears and shit, I brought Wolverine, the action figure.
Oh, Jimmy loves when I do that. Oh, that's great. So, are you more of a Marvel guy or a DC guy?
Marvel.
Me too. I grew up on X-Men. Were my favorite. X-Men was my favorite.
I feel like DC in its own right, they're more realistic and more like life-based characters. But then like when you look at Marvel's like a little bit more dynamic, carrying on like the same thing. And like you look at like character developments and like how like they was written and like the origin of like each character, it's a lot better. It's a lot better than Marvel.
Your favorite comics growing up was any particular character or comic?
So like my favorite character growing up as a kid, probably in the Marvel Cineverse, probably Magneto.
Interesting.
Wolverine, Black Panther, of course, and then Cyclops.
Cyclops does not get enough love because on the X-Men, if Wolverine is cool like Han Solo, he's kind of more like square. He's kind of more like Luke Skywalker, right? He's kind of not Wolverine was the bad boy. Jean Grey was
but they didn't. I feel like they didn't give Cyclops enough. They didn't give him enough shine, man. Like people didn't understand. Like he was actually like the captain of the like the X-Men and all that stuff. So like he was like their leader, and too like he was like one of the most like, even though like they look at other attributes as making him like, oh, he a top mutant, but he don't get the appropriate shine, man, and that he should get, man.
I'm with you on that. He was Charles Xavier's #1. He was his Luca Brasi. He believed in his dream. Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy. You still there? Me and
I'm thinking about Storm.
I'm
sorry, I like Storm.
Stop trying to chime in. He's taking shots at us, Montel. Me and Montel, don't you dare.
I used to collect comic books, okay? I used to, and I stopped many years ago. X-Men 94 was a big one from the old to the new
All right.
X-Men. So I was actually a collector at one point.
All right, you're allowed back in. Let me
Yes.
ask you though, Montel, out of all of them, the one unusual choice, because Cyclops is still cool and he's a hero. Why Magneto? That to me is a very interesting choice. Badass, but interesting.
Oh man, Magneto had the ultimate like story of origin, you know, and then too like he like instead of like trying to fit in, like he stood out. He accepted who he was and he never hid from it. See, like Professor X, even though his intentions were good, we're trying to be like, oh, we're friendly, we're this, we're that. You know, it comes to a point where that shit's self-defeating. Like you got to stop that.
Yeah,
Because these people will never see you. They never view you as one of them or equal. So, and we're understanding that, like, you gotta put that aside and say, oh, I'm me.
Yeah.
And this is what makes me unique. And I don't give a damn if you like me or not. Like, you gotta stop that at a point. Like, you gotta stop that. Once you realize, like, you know, they're never gonna respect you, you gotta leave it alone. You'll be a fool.
You know what's interesting? They would make the comparisons where they said like Professor X was like Martin Luther King and Magneto was more like Malcolm X. Like he was more like hardcore.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, man. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah, but like when you given that choice, them two choices, it's like, nah, bruh. Like, cause if you play that role or you give into that role, you're gonna always be that.
Yeah, I'm with you. We could talk an hour just comic book movies. That's so great, man. Hey, now that we're getting to know you a little bit, what do you like to do when you're not training to be a savage? Obviously you're a movie fan.
I watch movies.
Yeah,
I watch movies. I build Legos. I build like a lot of like little like model car stuff. Like I'm into like model cars. I love American muscle cars. I like to go shopping sometimes. I like shoes. I like shooting guns. I got a lot of guns.
Oh yeah, gun guy.
Yeah, I got a lot of guns.
When you're making models, I never found model making to be relaxing because I'm fucking clumsy. Did you ever get frustrated and just smash one on the floor, or are you really good at just staying calm?
So I think about it all the time. Where like you look at the Legos, it's like, bro, like I know I'm doing something wrong, but I just can't figure out. So most times I stop for like 5-10 seconds. I take everything back apart and then I do it again. But like, yeah, it be frustrating, but it also teach you to relax and like, you know, like you go off into like the you know, like just working and like, you know, you figuring out slowly but surely, you know. And
do you
then
keep them?
not like.
Do you keep them made up when you're done, Lego? You keep them? You take them back?
Yeah, I got like this little shelf. I hang them all up, or I usually give them away to like my cousins if they come. They ask me for them, I give them away.
Montel frequently goes on 10+ mile runs and posts about it on his Instagram. That's what we're getting here from our producer. You're a big runner.
Yeah, man. Not by any like. Not by like any chance of imagination, like I would ever picture myself running some 10 miles and running every week, you know, stuff like that. You know, I used to hate running. Like I'm actually like a sprinter, but like I used to hate long distance running. But you know, in this profession, like, you know, you become good at the shit you hate doing. So, hey, why not? Let's do it. If you're gonna do something, be the best at it. So.
When you're running, do you get like a weird, like you almost get into a zone, right? Like it's like not a trance-like state, but it's like, is it easy for you to turn your mind off when you're running and kind of get into a rhythm where you're just not really thinking, or are you thinking obsessively when you run? So
it's a little bit of both, but you don't think about. I don't try to think about nothing but the run. So I think about like my my stride, how I'm running, my form. And then I try to make sure like I'm efficient at it. So I'm getting the right amount of kick. And I'm like, my legs are getting like, you know, spread like long enough where I'm maximizing each step or like hop to a certain extent.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's not. I wanted to ask you about the fight before. Is this your first co-main?
Yeah, it's my first co-main.
And it's a 3-round fight or 5?
It's a 3-round. I never like fighting like this late in the card, man.
Dude, I'm with you. I used to like when I was a prelim. I'm like, good. I'm going to have some
Yeah.
popcorn, watch the rest.
Yeah, I can enjoy this day. I can actually catch a restaurant. You know, you fight this late, man, don't nothing be open. Especially if you're not in Vegas. Don't nothing be open.
Well, be careful at the acai stands at midnight. I don't know how it is over there. I
No,
don't know what's going on. Sorry, Jimmy. This thing's not working.
We ain't taking no chances, man. I'm cool, man.
Shit.
You have a 5-inch height advantage, 7.5-inch reach advantage. Again, that's not a guarantee of anything. We just saw Sandhagen against Merab, where it's helpful, but it doesn't guarantee anything. I guess you've taken all that into account, the height and reach advantage.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to use it, man. You gotta know how to use it, and you gotta know their strengths and weaknesses, and then you gotta know how to use their strengths and weaknesses to play into yours.
What do you think Figueiredo is really good at?
I think he just tenacious. He good at just standing in your face and keeping a lot of good pressure on people, and that could be with just either strikes or like him trying to take you down. But he good at just keeping the pressure and stand like stoic to a certain extent.
You were great at getting back up anytime you got taken down in your last fight with Marcos. That was great, But Figueiredo's jiu-jitsu is at a very high level. Did you work a lot of bad positions, like on your back, being in an armbar and all that stuff? I know you do a lot of jiu-jitsu.
Every day. I like in the gym where like guys be afraid to lose or get submitted or whatever. Me, I surrender myself to the process, man. You got to go in the fire. So like, if that entails me getting choked out 10 times, 5 times, getting heel hooked, arm barred, guillotine, it don't matter. Yeah. I go in there, so I know what to do. And I know what not to do. I know remain calm. I know when to go, when not to go. You got to go in the fire, man.
When you talk about guys like winning in the gym like that, do you mean they avoid starting in bad positions because they just don't want to get tapped? And I think that's a really dangerous way to be.
Yeah.
You can't worry about what you look like in the gym.
Yeah. A lot of guys have that ego. A lot of guys have that ego where they don't let anything happen in the gym. They think they think they're supposed to win every round, and to a certain extent, you is, but it depends on how you win it. Like, and if you're winning it easier, like if it's easy for you to win that way, you got to make it hard.
Exactly. Yeah. Starting with, fresh guys on your back every how many minutes and bad positions when you're tired. That's the time if something's going to go wrong, that's what you want to find out,
Yep. That's where you pressure test. Like, if you really think you are that good, let's see. At your worst, can these guys still beat you? Are they coming close?
Oh, man. Well, this is going to be fantastic. They're going to get that chant in your head with who, how the hell. I don't know what they say. It's about give me their head or something. But, hey, I can see you. You look like I can see you're calm as a cucumber. I don't see that being a problem. I don't see that. Sometimes it's exciting being everybody rooting against you. It's like, I'm coming here to beat up your boy. Yeah.
Hey, no pressure on me. No pressure on me.
More pressure on him for sure.
Yeah. This is home. Yeah.
Hey, man,
he got to go out there and do what he need to do. Me, I just got to be there.
Hey, man. We're really looking forward to it. You're a delight to watch, man. We're really excited for you. This is a huge test, man, but you seem, ready. You seem in the zone. We're excited.
Man, I did all the hard stuff, man. I did all the hard stuff. I did everything I hated doing. I did it, man.
Congrats on the co-main too, and a great opponent. It's a great fight, and it means that they really think very highly of you. If they're putting in co-main against Figueiredo in Brazil, I mean that's a great opportunity for you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
Good luck to you, Montel. It was good talking to you. We'd love to have you back on.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Very nice to meet you, Montel. All our
Thank
best.
you.
Yes, sir.
Take care of business, bro.
Yeah.
All right. That's great, man. I like meeting the new guys, What's the matter? You didn't like my dud about the acai stand? Jimmy, can you just throw it?
No, I actually didn't mind that at all. And the comic book talk, I don't mind. I don't know what to say, But I wanted to mention Spider-Man and how he was bitten by a radioactive spider. A lot of people don't know that.
Listen, with great power, Jimmy. All I know is I love meeting. Dude, I can once he started knowing what I was talking about with that Gambit reference, I'm like, oh, I got a new best friend.
Yeah.
I could talk to him for an hour.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, you were.
I had no idea. Do you know who Storm is?
Storm is great. This is Marab getting back to me. Oh, Marab. I'm so happy about Marab.
Did he really give
I'm so
Aljo
happy.
half his bonus as a wedding gift?
Or
did he just say that and then regret it? Like, oh fuck, why did I say
He
that?
said that. He can't blame it on the drinks.
Yeah, but Murray, he said that at the press conference.
Yeah, listen, he's on top of the world. I'm so happy for Marab. Let's talk about some fights. Why don't we talk about these fights? You know, it's Wednesday. The fights are this Saturday.
Yes, they are.
It's the time to talk about them, and we could do some picks too.
Oh,
God knows my picks
last
were
week
on
was
last week.
I know it was a bloodbath. A bloodbath. I didn't even think my picks were that bad. I mean, I didn't think they were that crazy.
I know what you're saying. Mine were just that good.
Mateusz Gamrot against number 4, Charles Oliveira.
Guess what?
Who's 6-0 in Brazil.
Guess what? Who's 6-0 in Brazil?
I believe Oliveira is.
Well, he's going to be 6-1. He's gonna be 6-1. I'm telling you that right now, my little friend, because I feel that Gamrot, it's his time. Did you see him on here the other day? He was out talking me. I was getting winded. He was just telling me how he's going to be throwing punches and taking them down, and he's not afraid to go down there. I believe him, and I think he's been just hovering around the top.
He has.
For how long? Literally.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I feel this is his coming out party. Let's go. Let's go. This is the time to get Charles. I love Charles, but you know, he's been through a lot of battles.
He sure has.
It's time for changing of the guard.
I want to look at the Alvarez-Vicente Luque fight. That's the featured bout before Jackson Figueiredo. And I'm looking at, I love Vicente Luque. But Alvarez has looked really good. I mean, he did get the TKO by Sarukian, but I think I'm going to take Joel Alvarez in that fight. And I think I am going to take him. Does he finish Luque? I'll take him by decision over Luque. I don't think he's going to finish him. But Vicente has been on, and then he's off, and then he's on, and then he's off. I think that Alvarez gets the decision.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to take Joel in that fight.
You want me to pick against you?
If you want to, if you think it's going to be Vicente, sure.
You know what? Joel Alvarez, what's his last fight? He only has. Well, he's got.
He's 22-3.
What?
He's 22-3. Drakkar
Yeah, I know
Klose
that. 7-2 in the UFC. Do you have his last fight for me? Where is it?
Yeah, Drakkar Klose.
All right. All right. Well, listen. I like where you're going with that. I'm going to take Gamrot by 4th round stoppage. And he gets some decisions, but I think he's going to get it done in the 4th.
Over, okay, you think in the Oliveira fight. Sure, okay.
Yeah, I went back to that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, now you got me thinking. I like Joe Alvarez. Very dangerous. Vicente Luque, I have not gave up on you. Given up?
Given up.
Given up?
Yeah.
Don't fix that in post. People know I can't.
Leave it there. They understand.
They understand. I think Vicente Luque, he needs this. He needs this.
Yeah.
He's shown in the past to be a very dangerous, well-rounded fighter.
That's right.
He had, you know, some hiccups here and there. And I think that scared him, and he got rid of the hiccups. I'm sorry about that one. That was a rough one. I'm not.
It was almost life ruining.
It was. I want to quit the show. Guys, I'm sorry about that. I try hard.
Yes, but I'm enjoying this, our last episode of UFC Unfiltered.
Vicente Luque, I feel will get it done. I feel it's going to be a battle. I feel he'll get the decision. I'm saying it.
Okay. Now, I'm looking at Muhammad Usman against Walter Walker. I think I'm going to go with Walter in that one. And I think he stops him. I'm going to give Walter Walker a second-round stoppage against Muhammad Usman.
Heel hook or no heel hook? Is that how he's going to win?
No, I don't think it's going to be a heel hook. I think that the idea of 4 in a row, that was my first thing. But to think 4 in a row, no. I don't believe it's going to be that. But I do think that he will stop in the second.
You know what? I feel Muhammad Usman, I'm getting crazy in this one.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. I feel he's got a lot of attributes physically. Yes. But I feel he's got to settle in a little bit sometimes with everything. I feel it feels a little too wound up. And I feel now he's got the experience, especially going with a guy like Walter, who's known for the leg locks. If he could sprawl and brawl, if he can keep, and even if he's looking for those legs, if he knows how to take away those legs, he is working with Rashad Evans now. And Rashad Evans is an intelligent gentleman.
Sure he is.
I will say Muhammad Usman by decision. Now, look, You might be saying, good, I'm going to get back in the race. Good, you might think that. You might think that with these picks. But I don't think. I think the opposite of that.
How about this? I'm going to take this fight.
Well, you're going for a third.
Wait, did you only do 2?
I picked 3.
All right, so I'll pick 3.
Go ahead. It's only fair.
I'm going to take Julia Pilastri over Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Ooh.
Second fight of the night.
All right. Well, you got your 3.
By decision. I'll take her by decision. Yeah.
Like some of my guys, they won the Pan Ams. They did great.
When, recently?
Yeah, my Savage Christian won the blue belt division. My Jedi Frank Spano, he won the black belt division. It made me so happy. Yeah, the other guys gained valuable experience. If I'm forgetting anybody, god damn, I'm sorry.
Just picture yourself on the mat. Who are you looking at? Picture yourself congratulating everyone.
Jimmy, I wish I was looking at you. We're going to be, I know, but it was Frank and Christian. Those guys got the goals.
Where were the Pan Am games?
It was in Hofstra University near me.
Oh, it was right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do it when I come. I'm back in town on Sunday night, very late. So yeah, let's try to plan something. I would love it.
I plan after the 18th. This weekend, I'm going to be in Wisconsin watching some fights at Terra on Terra. And by the way, when you people see me there, it's not looking for a fight or anything. Don't be coming up to me going, sign me. I'm no. Dana's not there.
Yeah.
It's just me. You can come over and go, hey, man, I love your new YouTube channel. I subscribe to it. I'll be like, thank you. But and I'll say hello and I'll have fun. But, I don't want to confuse anybody. Hey.
You don't want to get people's hopes up.
No. I don't want to get their hopes up. Jimmy, I seen an old movie the other day that I think even you would like. I was so shocked when I found this movie because I heard about it for a while and I never really gave it a shot. And then I put it on, me and my wife, and we're like, what did we just watch? It was really good.
Norton Hulk?
No.
Okay.
I've seen that one before. Me and my wife almost had a fight with a gang of teenagers at Universal. It was bad. But anyway, no, I'm talking about, when did it come out? I forget, but it's called Cabin in the Woods. The Cabin in the Woods. And it has Thor in it, the Helmworth. And it was a horror movie, but it's very trippy where it's not your typical horror movie. I want to say it's unique.
Is it? Wait, I'm sorry. Is this the one where it's kind of a horror movie where they go up to the cabin and somebody forgets to bring the oats so they have no breakfast.
Wow, that one just that just I feel like it took the wind out. It
did, yeah,
nothing.
it did.
It took
really
the
did.
wind out from my sails right there.
It was like getting bad medical news, that joke.
It was just I don't even know where that was going. But it was really, I was pleasantly surprised with it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. Cabin in the cabin.
Was it scary?
It's not that it's so scary, but it was the whole time you're watching, you're like, what is going on? And it's a little bit more, without giving everything away, it's kind of like the Truman Show, but with like a horror type thing. And it's bigger than it seems, the whole plot.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Chris Hemsworth.
But anyway.
I've never seen it, and it's from when's it from,
I
buddy?
think Josh Whedon did it. I think the guy that did the Avengers did it. He's in there. The guy who did
it's 13 years from 2012. Okay.
Yeah, man. Crazy. But I recommend that.
Pereira ends up vacating the light heavyweight title for a shot to heavyweight. It would have a ripple effect in the division. I do love Jake. There are two guys looking to build themselves back up, Blachowicz and, of course, Jamal Hill, who's on a 3-fight losing streak. That's kind of hard to believe. Dom Reyes is a guy who has reversed an unfortunate losing streak. Yes, he has. But then he just had a really tough one. Who just beat Dom Reyes? Oh, God. Carlos Ulberg.
Ulberg's looking good. The thing with Ulberg is he's such a cool, calm, collected guy. He ain't shit talking anything. Even when they're asking him about, like, with Alex, he's like, well, the fans would win, that type of thing. But, he's the type of guy that when you get him in there, he lets his strike and do the talking. And that would be interesting, man, because Pereira would be coming forward. He'd be using his footwork. And, I would like to see it. We got to keep Pereira busy, man. 38. Let's get some more fights in there. But he looked amazing his last fight.
He looked incredible.
That was just scary. And Glover Teixeira on his Instagram, he's having everybody at the school being like, come on. There's people on the bag, and there's people on the bags on the floor, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, let's do the Pereira overhand. Now finish him. They're finishing him everybody on the floor is doing that, on the elbows on the floor. And then they all get up and they do the hand. They're taking shots.
Let me ask you this, too. This is what I was wondering, because he's talking, and obviously John Jones is having, his family's had a tragedy. So that, but there's plenty of time before this White House card that everybody's talking about. Would they consider, like, if he moves up, do they have Jones and Pereira fight for a BMF title? Because you have Aspinall and Cyril gone. You're not going to have, unless one of those guys, whoever wins, gets hurt. You can't have an interim champion when there's an active champion willing to fight. You can't do that. Yeah. So do they fight for a BMF title at the White House? If Pereira moves up, would Jones agree to that as opposed to getting back into the heavyweight division?
Well, what about Pereira moving up and fighting Tom Aspinall?
Everybody wants to fight John because it's the giant payday. He's the greatest who's ever done it. You know what I mean? Like, John has, even though Aspinall's great, but so for them, that's the big fight would be John Jones at the White House against whoever. And I'm wondering, how do you make Pereira, because it doesn't seem like Jones wants to fight Aspinall. So how do you make Pereira Jones, if Pereira moves up, it's a BMF fight? That's my guess.
You're guessing it's a BMF fight?
Because how else do you do it? You don't want it to have a non-title fight, and you can't say interim champion if Aspinall or Cyril Gane is healthy and ready to fight. I mean, that's just kind of douching your champion.
Pereira versus Aspinall is a lot more appealing than Pereira versus Jones. I feel Jones is going to get him down and just have and I love Alex Pereira, but I just think, Tom being a natural heavyweight, that could possess a more problem in the grappling realm. Plus he's a black belt, but we really don't know what that means until we see him on his back, right. And could he get back up? Could he use jiu-jitsu offensively? I mean, he crushed black belts and submitted black belts before John Jones, So, hey man, I mean, the closest he's ever gone to losing, though, isn't a straight arm lock from Vita Belfort, who's not known for his ground, really.
Right.
You know, he's more known for his hands. But he is a black belt. So, listen, any way you make those fights, it's very, very intriguing.
But let me ask you, you're right, because John could get a hold of him. But John is so good at like throwing those inside leg kicks, and he's so good at throwing his leg up the middle. But Pereira's so devastating on his feet. He may counterbalance a lot of that. So Jones would have to get a hold of him. But is John able to get a hold of him?
That's the question. But man, look what he did to Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane's not a little guy.
No, no.
And Cyril Gane's a guy that used some jiu-jitsu before in fights. You know, I think John Jones is on a different level, and you know, again, it's still a question mark with Tom.
Sure.
On the ground. Hey,
I think Tom is more dangerous for Jones.
What's that?
I think Aspinall is more of a problem for Jones than Alex is.
I agree with that 100%. Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot. I mean, you don't have to make the pick, but an unofficial pick. What are you thinking?
You know, I don't. With Oliveira, you don't know. I mean, he's done so well in Brazil, but like you said, he's had a lot of. How old are they both? Again, not that really matters, but I just like to know. Let me see how old Charles is.
Well, say how old, but it's the miles on there. You
30,
know what I mean?
yeah, 30. I'm just curiosity if they're the same age. You know, he's 35 and Gamrot is.
Yeah, Gamrot.
34. Okay, no difference.
Yeah, but I think Gamrot's got a little like less miles on him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You know, but he's got a good amount of experience now. And I believe he weathers that whatever storm Charles is going to throw at him on the floor in the first round. It's going to get progressively worse each round that goes by. Gamrot's got that. He's got that in him, that dog in him, and he's got that endurance that he could keep putting he could keep adding in those takedowns. You know, who do you have a hard time at? Oh, he lost to Dan Hooker, correct?
Yeah, he did. It was a split decision though.
It's a close fight, you know. But again, in a hard fight like that, tall, lanky guy, that's going to be doing nothing but just raise his fight IQ. I think it's going to be a good night for him. 4th round stoppage.
I'm going to take Oliveira. I think Oliveira
is not an official pick though.
No. You're right. It's not. I think Oliveira finds a way to get it done. I don't. Even though every time I picked against Gamrot, I've been wrong. I think I picked Klein over Gamrot, and I was wrong.
How dare you?
So I was an idiot. I know I was an idiot, and I love Mateusz. I think he's great, but I think Oliveira is just. You never know. Is this the dangerous Oliveira, or is this the Oliveira who gets not? You just don't know. I'm going to take Charles in that fight, though. I think he wins. I think he submits.
Jimmy, I can't wait. Let's plug the fights.
The prelims 4:00 is on ESPN Plus, and the main card is 7:00, which is perfect. It's a nice early fight. Oliveira versus Gamrot. It is this Saturday from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. A really, really exciting fight, and we'll see how our picks go. But I have no faith. And if you want to see me, I'm going to be in Rochester the following weekend, and then Denver, Colorado after that. So come see me if you wish.
This weekend, Jimmy, I'll be at Superior, Wisconsin. Terra on Tower. That's the name of it. And yeah, I'll be watching some MMA fights, and then I'll be doing something at their school, little workshop. Show them how to take some limbs, because that's what I do. Yeah. You know? I like this guy. This guy, Rob. He asked me like 7 years ago to do this thing. I ease into doing the seminars. They kind of get on me.
And when you have time.
You know? I go, when did you ask me? A couple of years ago? Nah, he goes, that was like 7 years ago. I go, all right, we're making it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
So besides that, check out the Matt Serra channel on YouTube. I have a lot of fun on there. I just had my buddy John on. He did the Smashing Machine documentary. So I'm going to have him on, and we had a good time with that. We have some old footage of me rolling, the one that you've seen.
Yeah, it was great.
And yeah, that was fantastic.
All
right, Jimmy.
Thank you, buddy. And
Jimmy.
Thank you to Montel.
I say Jimmy like that. I don't go Jimmy.
That's true.
That's how you make me. That's how you sound.
Jimmy.
When you do my voice, you go Jimmy.
How do you do it?
Jimmy. I don't do it.
No.
I do it happy hands. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Thank you to Montel. That was I like getting to know that kid. What a good guy.
Yeah.
You know? And hey, man, I'll FaceTime with you when I'm in Superior, Wisconsin.
Please do. Have a safe flight.
Thank you, buddy. First class this time.
Oh, good. That's the only way you should go, Matt.
That's the way I deserve
enough
it.
of this humility shit. Just go first class. You're Matt Serra.
Hashtag Hall of Famer. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy the fights.
Yes. See you, buddy.